I wanted to share with you all the things that have happened this evening. I need to tell someone, I need to talk to someone. I can't believe what I did. I feel so ashamed, I feel so bad to let him down like that. It all started early this afternoon. Like many other of my countrymen, fellow Jews, we made the long journey to Jerusalem to celebrate the Passover meal. And then we gathered here in this room, all of us disciples of Jesus, to share the special meal with him like he'd asked us to. We had a fresh cut of lamb and we shared the Seder meal according to our tradition. There was plenty of conversation and the wine was flowing. But Jesus, well, we couldn't help noticing he wasn't himself. He was so quiet all evening. As we finished the meal and started to clear away, the atmosphere changed. He began to speak. "I tell you the truth," he said, "one of you will turn away from me." Oh, as you can imagine, there was an uncomfortable silence. Well, I didn't think it would be me. In fact, I knew it wasn't me, because I'd go to prison for him. I'd even die for him. We all looked around, wondering who it would be. And Jesus said, "The one who dips his hand into the bowl with me." Well, we looked, and there was Judas's hand right next to Jesus's. We thought, Judas, surely not. How? Why? But before we could ask any questions, Jesus stood to his feet. He picked up the bread and he said, "This is my body broken for you." And he broke it. And then he picked up the wine, the cup of wine, and he said, "This is my blood poured out for the forgiveness of sins. Remember me when you drink it." Remember me? What was going to happen to him? We were confused and, to be honest, quite afraid. After this, Jesus washed our feet. Well, I didn't want him to wash my feet. He was my Lord, not my servant. But he said, "No, you must be like me. You must also live for others and not for yourself." He was showing us that he had come to serve, not to be served. After the meal, some of us walked with him to the Garden of Gethsemane. He said he needed time to talk to his Father. As we were walking, he told us that we would all fall away and abandon him. I told him I'd never leave him. He looked me straight in the eye and he said, "Truly, I tell you, before this very night, the cock will crow and you will have denied me 3 times. Well, a shiver went down my spine. I replied, "Not a chance. I'd die for you. I will never disown you." And the other disciples said much the same thing. Well, when we reached the garden, he asked us to pray and keep watch. But to be honest, it had been a long day and a heavy meal, and we were asleep. We woke to the sound of shouting and footsteps. There were people everywhere, many with swords and clubs, and it happened in such a rush. Then Judas walked up to Jesus and he kissed him on the cheek. This was the worst moment. Jesus was betrayed by one of his friends, one of us, with a kiss, which was a sign for the guards to arrest him. Once Judas had done what he'd come to do, he just disappeared into the darkness. I was so angry. My hands were shaking. I pulled my sword out. But Jesus said, no, my kingdom's not one of violence. Put your swords away. So they arrested Jesus and led him away to Caiaphas. He's the high priest. Well, I followed, but at a distance. And that's how it happened. I was hiding in the shadows, trying to keep myself back, keep myself hidden. I didn't want to be recognised. But they saw me because I'd wandered out into the light. 3 different people recognised me as one of Jesus's followers. And I denied him every time. I said, "You must have mistaken me for someone else." I even said, "I tell you, I don't know the man." And at that point, the cock crowed. And I remembered his words. "Before the cock crows, you will deny me 3 times. How could I Why did I deny him? Let me ask you a question. What would you have done?